Okay then, Helldivers, loads to go through today as we've got a situational recap to remind all of you guys who are going for the MO at the moment, probably not to. On top of that, we've got some Eruptor changes that have been announced via Mr. Johan and Nicholas again on the Twitter feed, and this one brings a big one, including Shrapnel, so you guys can get excited indeed. But one thing that you guys may need to know about is obviously the repercussions of having all of these powerful weapons, and some issues inside of the game right now which have been brought to our attention by B Vitamin. Yeah, this is going to be an interesting one as a support team are telling us ourselves. With that being said, if you haven't already, smash that beautiful blue thumbs up and subscribe with post notifications turned on. It'd be greatly appreciated. And also, if you haven't already, check out our sponsor, Gamersubs, the business that offers a variety of gaming energy drinks, snacks, teas, and other gaming accessories. Their goal is to provide esports athletes and gamers alike with healthy and effective options to enhance their performance. They've got an absolute array of flavors, and you guys will absolutely love them. So head down to the description, click the link, and use code CloudPlays at checkout for a cheeky discount. Now, that being said, let's see what's going on inside of the game right now. So your in-game situationals right now is, as a matter of hours ago, the bots planets need to be taken out. It says here, the situational recap. Reminder, liberating the automaton-controlled planets, Tarsh and Mastia before the end of the current order will allow the orbital napalm barrage to be available for immediate fleet-wide requisition. Now, at the moment, we're obviously got a bug major order, and everyone seems to be trying to go through to those major orders because they like fighting the bugs. But this one is going to give us the orbital napalm barrage. We know full well that even though the major order needs to be completed, I think that we failed enough to know that we don't need to really pass this one off. We can just go ahead and take Tarsh and Mastia first, and if we manage to take those, then we're absolutely sound. Don't be dependent on the major order. If we take those two planets on the bot sectors, we'll be obtaining the orbital napalm barrage, which we already know is absolutely incredible. So it's definitely one of those that we need to go ahead and grab hold of. So head over to one of the planets, make sure we take them, and let's get it over and done with. Next up though, we have got loads of stuff happening online, including the Eruptor changes coming from Mr. Johan himself. This one is a big one, and it states right here that the Eruptor went through some big changes and Shrapnel is back, which I'm so bloody glad about, by the way. It states we have replaced the original Shrapnel with the frag grenade Shrapnel to no longer instantly one-shot Helldivers, with the exception of the occasional unlucky headshot. The amount of Shrapnel is also increased, and the explosion radius increased to 33%.
Nobody asked for, but we did it anyways. And that is the Eruptor.
Yes.
We brought the Shrapnel back.
Yeah, we finally had time to do it properly. When it was introduced, it actually had the wrong shrapnel. It did over 9,000 in damage.
Yeah. It's over 9,000.
Now it won't do that much, but it still has a lot of shrapnel.
Did you remove the explosion?
No.
So it's explosion and shrapnel?
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
This is absolutely huge news for the Eruptor, and this is just the tip of the iceberg. We've got loads of other things going through, with a new thing being announced every single day. So we don't want to sit there and just think that this is going to be all guns blazing and everything is amazing. Oh, that one rhymed and I didn't even realize it. Nonetheless, so this one right here shows how excited you guys are to see the Shrapnel returning, and me too. I cannot wait to get that Shrapnel back out. The Eruptor was one of the go-to weapons for me, and I absolutely loved it. They took the Shrapnel away, and it doesn't have the same kick. But not only have we got the Shrapnel back, we've now got the explosion radius increased by 33% as well. So this is going to give an absolutely dominating movement towards that primary rifle. Now, on top of that though, you guys are wondering why it is that we're getting all of these buffs. Now, after a little bit of digging inside of the Discord, Twinbeard has actually given us some information with regards to the vulnerability versus the damage that we are able to do. He states right here that yes, the idea is of us to feel vulnerable while still being able to do more damage. If you have the top right tool for the job, more as Helldivers 2 was at the beginning. You're a grunt, a glass cannon, but still will the power of destroying a lot of S if you're doing it right. Essentially what they're trying to say is we are going to become a lot squishier, but at the same time we're also going to be able to cause off a lot more damage. This is good, and it's also bad in some regards. For those of you guys who don't know how to keep that health up, well, you guys are going to want to be obtaining that stim gun and making sure you're utilizing it to the max of your ability, because geez, this is going to be an interesting fight. If they're buffing things up that much, I'd love to know how low down our squishiness ends up ending, because I think that it could be quite a high amount of loss of health and a loss of damage connection to be able to make us use weapons that are this bloody good. But we don't know where it's going to go, so we'll have to wait and see exactly what it is that's going to happen. But right now, there is some really odd things happening inside of the game, and B Vitamin actually posted up just the other day now stating, "Hey divers, regarding the current connectivity bug where you might not be able to join specific other friends, and if you do connect, they are removed from the lobby as you join. If you're affected by this bug, could you please send me a DM with your Steam ID and a brief description of what's happening? The devs are looking into it and asked me to gather this info." Obviously tells you how to view your Steam ID as well, but the thing that's kind of leading me down this narrative is I think that this is primarily going to be a PC issue. If they're asking for Steam IDs, then the likelihood is it's mainly a PC issue. So for those of you guys on console, you should be absolutely fine, but we are nonetheless going to see how this one goes. I don't really understand how these bugs just randomly pop up out of nowhere if they're not actively doing anything to the front end of the game and they're just working on the back end yet to actually install it. It's a really weird one. But anywho, moving into that, the last couple of days have been absolutely interesting, as all of us just yesterday were looking for the buffs in the blurry screenshot from a Discord video file. Now, there have been a lot of different numbers that have floated around, whether it's people stating that they've enhanced all of the writing materials so that they can see what it says, and this is exactly what it is. We've seen about 4 or 5 different numbers with regards to this, so maybe just kind of like leave it to one side, take it with a pinch of salt and see what it is that's going to happen. We know full well that this is going to be coming into play, and it's going to be a matter of days now, so even though you may want to be taking that magnifying glass out and taking a look into it, it's probably not going to be worth your time, as the likelihood is it's not enough for you guys to actually see it. But what is enough for you guys to actually see is that these bloody article writers inside of the publishing community is just absolutely toxic beyond belief. As somebody's posted up this one right here with 4,600 upvotes stating, "Helldivers 2 locks new stratagems behind a paywall. I hate dumb gaming websites. Helldivers 2 has been out for half a year now. Why do gaming news sites bother to do this? Clickbait headlines are not only misleading, but they lose all credibility as a media source when they do stuff like this. It's a $40 live service game that has a multiple war bonds, which yes, you can pay with money, but as we all know, you can earn super credits just by playing. I have like 3,000 super credits right now, all earned from playing, and it would only take a few weeks of playing, a couple of hours every so often to earn 1,000 for the war bond." And yes, yeah, it is a bit of a nightmare. We did obviously question whether it was a good idea having stratagems inside of the war bonds for those people who don't play enough for it, but in the next breath of it, like he states, if you just do a few hours of this, you can actually pick up those super credits quite damn quickly. And unfortunately, it seems that these guys just dive in with all of that they can to get the clicks that they need to get. So yeah, just be careful what publishers you're actually watching when it comes to the article writing kind. And a post on Reddit that did really well is this one right here, stating, "Helldivers armor kit bashing test with the assault, engineer, support and scout," and these absolutely look amazing. I absolutely loved it. My favorite one was actually the red beret without the skull point on it. I think without the skull graphic on it, as much as I do enjoy it, it's quite a clever and cool looking consensus, and I definitely would enjoy it. But you guys need to let me know what you guys are thinking about this via the comment section below, and go and give it some love if you haven't already. It's an absolutely great post, and I'd love to see these concepts made into the game at some stage or another, but it's not likely to happen, but we can always hope for that sort of stuff. And looking at the top comments from the previous video when we went over the latest updates of everything that was happening and the new war bond, is this right here. "Okay, stinging a charger in the butt would actually be hilarious, at least the first couple of times." Well, yes, it would be hilarious, but it would be even more hilarious if that was combined with the next comment that was upvoted. This most like one right here states, "It would be hilarious if the bugs had a hyper reaction to our stims, and missing your squad mate and hitting a charger resulted in a very bad time." It would be so damn funny. I think you'd have a lot of trolls jumping into random games and just shooting chargers for the sake of it, but yeah, it would be absolutely hilarious if they did have some sort of hyper reaction and it just went absolutely chaotic out of nowhere after they'd done it. Let me know what you guys think via the comment section. But this third one is definitely needed. We said it at the beginning of the video, and I'm glad that he's put it here with 60 likes on the comment stating, attention, we need more bot divers. We won't be getting anything from the bugs, but if we take 2 bot planets, we will get the Napalm Barrage, which will be key in killing more bugs later. We need to kick some bots out this weekend, Helldivers, and he is, unfortunately, ultimately completely correct. So head over to those planets right now and make sure you go and put your 2 cents in, even if you do just for a little bit, just to make sure that we take those planets and jump straight back over to the bots afterwards. The Orbital Napalm Barrage will be an absolute staple for your loadout when going into the bug sides. I'm just telling you. Anywho, that's all we've got time for today, though. Thank you so much again for watching, guys. If you haven't already, like, subscribe. Appreciate your faces. I'll see you in the clouds.